Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Cologne podcast.
I'm Myke.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're two best friends. We're going on a fragrance adventure, smelling fragrances and giving you our uneducated opinion.
That's right. And today we're going to be smelling a special one, aren't we, Myke?
Oh, yeah. It's flown in all the way from that great British land of Roja Dove.
It sure was. Flown straight in. And now it's here.
That's right. Flown right up
our souls.
The Cologne podcast postal service. Yeah, we're checking out Apex, the newest of the Roja Dove line. And Ryan, I have a review for us.
Go ahead. Who is it this time?
Fragrantica from a person named Cross Century.
Okay.
And here's what they have to say.
Might be the most normal name you've ever had.
There was another one I wanted to use, and I told you about it, but the review was just too long. It would have taken a 25-minute episode just to read the review.
Wow.
Okay, Cross Century says, smells very stinky and animatic to me. Okay. Probably animalic.
Okay.
Perhaps that's due to the leather note. Just cannot like it.
Well, I particularly like some of these little stanky ones.
You do. You like those animalic sort of.
Yeah, those
yeah,
right there.
For sure. Yeah, I think you may end up liking this one, even though we'll get into the bottle design because. But before we do all that, we do have to go back in time to our one night stand review.
We're going to be taking you back down memory lane.
Mm-hmm. To Halloween Man X.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Myke, after staying the night with Jesus del Pozo and wrapping yourself up in that bloody blanket that is Halloween Man X, what do you have to say about it?
You know, that coffee note, that over-roasted, disgusting coffee note that our review was talking about, that bad boy showed up.
It did, huh?
Late to the party, but dressed to impress.
So do you mean this in a good way or bad way?
Oh, I hated it.
Really?
It smelled cheap AF to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like the review was spot on. That we read at the beginning of the episode, because it was like it did have that designer vibe, and then that nasty, cheap smelling coffee kind of snuck in there at the end.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like this at all.
You know, my opinion is a little bit similar.
Okay.
It felt cheap from the beginning, pretty much to the end. And I didn't smell the coffee at first either.
No, we didn't. And it probably took, 30, 45 minutes for the coffee to show up.
Yeah. But when it did, it was definitely there.
It was there for sure. That blackjack accord just popped out and said, "Hiya, pal."
And then blasted us right in the face.
Right in the mouth.
Yeah, maybe somebody who really likes the smell of coffee may still like that. But I am going to say one thing. We came in the studio actually a couple days later, and I picked up the cardstock, and I go, this smells pretty damn good. Like if I picked up a shirt, I'd been wearing this. Didn't really smell like coffee, though. It was a really soft, clean smell. I was like, that smells pretty badass. But I don't know. All the way for the 95% of this thing, it's pretty trashy.
Yeah. At first, it was really loud. You loved how loud it was.
Yeah.
But then it got that coffee thing. And to me, it was at that point just unbearable because it smelled cheap and sweet and coffee. And there are better coffee fragrances out there that you could probably get at a decent price.
I just don't feel good about wearing gourmands. Maybe it's because I'm body shaming myself, but I just cannot wear a gourmand. I can't. It doesn't make sense to me to wear something that smells edible.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are interested in hearing a coffee fragrance, Xerjoff just released, or I guess newer Xerjoff to us. I'm going to say just released for us because, again, we're just now kind of getting back in.
Yeah.
They have what they call the coffee break line. And there's two new fragrances, at least that I saw, and I managed to get a sample of one.
Right?
Yeah. So If you friends of the podcast are interested in hearing that episode, be sure to let us know. thecolognePodcast@gmail.com.
So there you go. We both hated it. Halloween Man X.
Yeah, it was better at first and it just progressively got worse. One night stand review. And this is why we do these, because man, 30, 45 minutes into fragrance, things can change. And that's why we're giving you these to make sure we're reporting on the full thing. Because I did take a shot at Ashton and said, coffee. I don't smell coffee. Of course, he sprayed it and he was like, oh, yes, immediately. I'm fine. But about 30, 45 minutes in, that coffee does show up and it is not pleasant.
Y'all should have been here. Mike freaking had his shirt unbuttoned. He started rubbing around on his nipples when he said that. It was weird.
Well, that's like kind of what he does at the beginning of his videos. His comedy at the beginning of the videos, I have a hard time relating to.
God bless you, Ash. Because, yeah,
man, you'll get there.
Yeah,
he's still finding his comedic timing on something.
I love we're like dogging the shit out of this guy, but he's got like 1 million followers. He's probably like driving a Lambo right now next to fucking Jeremy Fragrance over there.
Dude, he can do whatever he wants, man. That guy is a legend. All right, let's get into our scent of the day, Ryan. We've been dying to smell this, so we jumped online, got us a sample of it, and let's check it out.
I'm excited, man. You gonna give me a cardstock? Over here
yeah.
fucking rubbing my fucking pants. I'm like, come on. The outside of them, on the sides.
yeah.
I feel like this episode's really fucking off, and I love it. I'll let you get first dibs on it.
No.
Yeah, because you spent your own money on this one.
No, I didn't.
Huh?
I spent our coffee money on this. And if you want to help us do episodes like this, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast. And some of our lovely friends of the podcast actually funded this episode.
Wow. Well, thank you guys. That was really nice of you. Now we'll be the first one to smell this one.
There we go.
Okay. Don't let me down, Roger.
Hold on. Wow, I can smell it from across the table. I haven't even sprayed it yet.
Yeah, it's loud.
Hooey! I get what they're saying. A little bit of that animal vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Though I'm just hitting it in the air right now.
Yeah. Are you scared to bring it up?
It smells very Roja Dove, though.
Definitely smells Roja Dove. A little dovish.
Oh, Roger Bird.
Interesting. A cardstock? This one hand.
Wow. I thought I would hate it.
I was starting to kind of think I was too, because it's definitely a little skunky in the air.
Ooh, on the skin. There's a lot going on this fragrance. This is pretty complex for Roja Dove normally does, I'm not going to say simplistic, but this one has a lot more going on.
Yeah, I agree.
Normally they're a little more straight down the road in the direction that he chooses.
Yeah, this is different.
Wow, it's like I smell the rind of some sort of citrus.
Yeah.
It's got a bite. It's like a bitter citrus. But then it's got like a spicy, manly element.
Dude, it does.
Yeah, this is straight Roja Dove if I've ever smelled it.
A little bit of it on my skin, at least. I am kind of get a little bit of what I kind of smell from Fetish.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed with it in my mind. Is like, yeah, this screams some Roja Dove to me.
God, I can still smell like the first bit of it that we sprayed in the air. Like,
yeah.
It's just like lingering in this fucking room.
Yeah, because I mean, we looked into it, right? This is his parfum line.
Yeah.
I don't think he makes a parfum cologne of this, does he?
I don't think so. This is just what it is.
Yeah.
I think I like this.
I think I do too.
I just don't think of it yet. It's kind of crazy.
Look, this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is what it's all about.
Yeah, it's almost like on my skin, it's like a little bit of Fetish, but like a little bit more of maybe a little bit more of the citrus than Fetish kind of has.
For sure, yes.
But in the air, it's almost kind of smoky, something
spicy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah. Wow. I was getting ready to dunk off, dude. I was like guns loaded, about to come out and go, this is the Roja Dove fragrance I'm going to fucking take a pee-pee on.
We were on the phone. I was driving back over here to meet him. I was like, have we ever like dunked off on a Roja Dove fragrance? Like, not really. And I was like, I feel like this is going to be that one, because let me just get into the price and trend on this.
Yeah, there you go.
First off, price, this is going to set you back a cool, if you're in America, $485.
Shit.
for 50 mil. And the bottle design, God bless you, Roger Dove. I think you're the greatest fucking human being on this earth. I'm serious. I fucking love the guy. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love his branding. I love the style. I love his fragrances so far.
Love how like authentic he is.
Yes, at least it appears to be. But I have never been a fan of the way this thing looks.
Oh, no. Yeah. I think it's the logo, really, because I love the emerald green bottle.
The logo
it is sick.
The logo's whack.
Yeah. That can't be his fault, though. He's not a graphic designer.
Man, it's losing the citrus.
Yeah. It's probably going to lose it like most fragrances. That citrus sneaks away pretty quick.
Does it smell more smoky on me?
Yeah, I have more citrus on my skin. Is that what normally happens? Don't I normally get more citrus on my skin than yours?
Listen to Myke. Is that what normally happens? Everything performs really well on my skin and really crappy on yours because you're not hydrated?
No. We've talked about this before. I have some weird alien skin that does strange things to fragrances.
There's something so masculine I love about this. Oh, let me go back for just a second, guys.
Okay.
So I told you the price. Trending, though, and I think it has something to do with the bottle design.
It's got to be.
This thing is dead as far as trending goes. I mean,
it's not completely dead, but it's like do not resuscitate at this point.
Look, me and Myke pulled up. We had to throw a fucking net out in the water. We fucking found the body. We're pulling it up right now. It's bloated.
I wouldn't say it was that bad, but let's just say 0 is dead. It's at like a 0.7 right now, which is a shocker because, well, it's not really a shocker. This is a more complex fragrance.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you. The bottle design made me think it was going to be closer to like an Elysium type fragrance.
Same.
And that one pops off because it is more blue, more popular, more mass appealing.
I kind of get the name now.
Yeah, we had kind of talked about this, like apex predators.
Yeah.
I get the animal sort of drive behind it.
Yeah. You know, and as much as I don't like the bottle, maybe it's just the logo.
You can always buy a decant of it, Ryan.
That is true. I do commend him, though, because he did I feel like he took more of a leap on this than his other stuff. Just because if we think about how he presented everything else prior to this, everything's this high fashion, glam, sleek, whatever. And this, like, it was packaged with like some type of card inside with a different animal. You could get
oh really?
Yeah, it wasn't all the same. So you could buy a box of pieces and it may have been a different card with some kind of like
different apex animal type thing in it. That's smart. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I feel like he took like a real gamble on like trying to make something kind of different. So I have to commend him there. And maybe that's where some of this might have fell short with the mass audience. I don't know. But smelling it,
yeah.
And just based on smell and associating it with the name alone, it makes total fucking sense.
Not only that, but it is getting close to that time of the year where this fragrance is going to freaking karate chop.
It's pretty badass. I like it. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. I feel like it's a more wearable plus citrus version of T-Rex. I mean, it's not as smoky as T-Rex, but T-Rex, that vibe, what they were trying to create was this ferocious animal. It had like rose oxide in it to smell like blood. There was like this hyper sort of ambers and like just this dark, ferocious vibe to it. And there is that vibe in this fragrance, plus a little bit of like this, I love citrus in a fragrance. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And having that in there. And Roja Dove does citrus so well.
He does.
That, God, man. You ever like taste something that's so good it just makes you laugh? I feel like that's where we're at with this fragrance,
I know where you're going with the T-Rex part, but I think it may lean more of this, and let me throw it at you.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just say, I don't mean they're like super similar. If you smell them, they'd be like, what the hell?
But I think I have one that they are kind of similar, but I think this kills it.
Okay.
It's not sweet like the one I'm about to mention. Does it smell a little similar to Fan Your Flames by Nation A? It kind of had that outdoor burning wood, but with a lot of sweet to it. I feel like the sweetness is removed here.
I get what you're saying, but because that one is pretty smoky and this one is just more spicy. I get where you're going with it, but I'm going to have to respectfully disagree.
Okay, fuck me then.
You can hate my T-Rex comparison, but
it is definitely getting pretty smoky to me. So no.
Really? Okay.
Don't know if I'm liking this right now, but it is intriguing.
I bet if you sprayed this on and we weren't constantly freaking dragging our nose across our skin, you'd love it. Just catching it in the air after that initial burst was overwhelming.
I love the initial burst. You know me.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I think the last episode you said, oh, it's obnoxious. I love that. I'm like, I'm starting to understand you more, Ryan. He loves obnoxious. No wonder why we're such good friends.
Yeah. Is it making sense finally?
Yeah. I'm obnoxious. You love obnoxious. Yeah. Well, who's wearing it?
Wow. I don't even know where to go. Who do you think's wearing it?
I think it's...
God, I really do smell like the Fan Your Flames, but like not sweet. It is done right on the smoky side.
Jonathan Hyde.
Who the fuck is that? How am I going to know who is that?
Okay. Well, let me paint a picture.
I don't have my phone. Yeah, paint a picture for me.
Okay. You're 8 years old.
Okay.
And you got to take the long way home from school. Mm-hmm. So you walk through a place where they're building a building and they're digging down to get ready to lay the foundation. And in one of these scoops of dirt is an old chest.
Okay.
And when you dig through it, you find a wooden board game. And as you brush it off, you see the words Jumanji.
What the fuck?
Remember, his dad later in the film is this character named Van Pelt, who's out trying to hunt him down.
Wait. We got to back it up a little bit first.
In Jumanji, Robin Williams.
Okay. I was about to ask, which version? Are we talking the modern or the old one?
The old one. Okay. The good one.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
He's this hunter, Van Pelt, and he's, trying to hunt down Robin Williams or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's got like the classic, anytime you think of old school, hunter, safari hunter guy.
Got the curly mustache thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Riding the horse.
Okay.
The whole nine. Yeah.
I see where you're going with that. Yeah. It's like they're a man's man.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you see
with a big rifle? Long, girthy barrel.
Yeah. I see exactly where you're going with this. It's making total sense now.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Very vivid picture we have been bestowed upon us today, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy.
For anybody out there who didn't catch that joke. But anyway, it's really a man's man. Okay. That got me. But yeah, I see where you're going. And yeah, I feel like you got to have all those attributes to wear this, because that means you're definitely an apex predator.
Yeah, you're not one to mess with, for sure. All right. Well, then, Ryan, are you going to skip it?
Sample it.
Or buy it?
What are you going to do, Mike?
I don't know that I have the prerequisites to pull this off on the regular. But, I mean, honestly, 5-10 mil of it would probably last me a year.
God, for sure.
If not longer.
It's turned into something even different now in my skin. I'm really fucking loving it.
Yeah, it's strong. I mean, knowing what you vibe pretty hard and what you love about Roja Dove, I feel like even though the price tag really disqualifies both of us,
yeah,
I feel like this is up your alley.
I think I'd get okay. For me, was yours a skip it, sample, or buy?
I was going to say sample it for sure.
I'm going to say sample it too, but my sample for me is technically a buy because it's not something I would wear all the time.
You wouldn't buy a bottle of it, but you'd buy a decant.
I would definitely buy a decant of this. So I'd go to his website, get a 7.5 ml of it, and just like I have with Fetish, and I still have probably 3/4 left of that, and I've had that for over a year now.
Yeah, but it's strong.
Very.
You little dab will do you. I mean, Ryan doesn't little dab anything, but as a listener, here's what I'd say. I think it's a sample.
Yeah, I agree. It's a sample. A hard sample. You got to experience this shit.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Dude, I really do love this fragrance. It's really, I'm shocked. We both were thinking this is going to be the one that we tell Roger Bird to go chirp off.
No chirping today.
No,
let him perch it up.
I still think we have had the most fun with his fragrances than anybody's.
Yes, for him, it's like this. He creates an image of someone or something in his mind, and then he creates the fragrance story to match it. And I think a lot of people are just creating fragrances to sell.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's obviously in that business.
He's got to be, or he can't keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I do love the route he takes because every fragrance tells kind of a story. I do love that.
It's very woodsy and smoky now that it's drying down some.
Well, that works.
All right. Well,
okay.
There you go.
Hey, if you're listening and you want to recommend an episode, you can do so at thecolognepodcast@gmail.com. But if you want to be cool, like our friend of the podcast, Cynthia,
she's so cool.
Go to buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast and throw us $5-10 so that we can buy a decant of the one that you want us to buy.
Yes. And also, if you want to be extra cool as well,
and you haven't already,
go to Spotify or Apple, any of the streaming platforms you use, and give us a 5-star review. Tell us what you like, and that'll help get this podcast out there to many more people.
And until next time, spray it up, y'all.